In particular, Need for Speed Pro Street feels quick.
Yeah, look at that. The way it goes. That's exactly it. And I don't play racing games, again, for the 10 billionth time, but this just feels cool. This actually looks fun to look at. Yo, what's up? This one's called Why Racing Games Feel Slow. Why do they feel slow? I don't know. They have speed lines. They have like a lot of things that would make you think that they should in fact feel fast.
At not so legal speeds, only to crash at a corner and think to yourself, bruh, I wasn't even going that fast.
Yeah, exactly. And then like the meter was like 7,000 miles a sec.
This is true for a good chunk of racing games, especially for hardcore simulators such as Assetto Corsa, iRacing, and most of all, Gran Turismo.
Alright, let me take a guess. Sound design and lack of wind lines.
Gran Turismo 6
Anime lines exist for a reason. They make shit look legit, you know what I mean?
my first actual racing game. What a way to start, eh? And I remember really liking the game for its graphics, track selection, and the sheer
Look at it, the cars look like they're all going so fucking slow.
From Mario Kart, that shit was next level for me. But when driving, I always felt that something was off. That
Yeah, what is this?
Underwhelming. But then one day, I went to a friend's house, but it felt kind of underwhelming. But then one day, I went to a friend's house, and well, that lucky bastard had a PS4. By the way, sorry for the MuYe law. But anyways, the point is, he introduced me to Drive Club. And holy shit, was that the complete opposite of what Gran Turismo felt like.
Alright, I want to see the gameplay in this game. Does it artificially get boosted in speed? You know, like, does the FOV change? Does all that all affects how you perceive speed
yes, Drive
hugely.
Club is more of an arcade racing game, but just look at the difference.
There's camera shake. That's realistic. Like when you're driving, you're on fast speed. You're going. Absolutely. I mean, exactly. That's all about. That's all it is about. You don't.
Like that evening, I fell asleep playing Gran Turismo. But why exactly does
just to be clear, I don't play racing games. I just want
some racing games
just pointing that out.
Feels low. Initially, I thought that it had to do with FOV, but the more I looked into it, the more I realized that there's so much more that goes.
It is part of it. It's exactly. It's a compounding effect. Every single thing makes it feel a little bit faster. You slap all of them together, and suddenly you're going. When you speed up and you hear the wind on your car going. Like even with good windows, that's part of it. When you're going fast in your car shaking, like everything, this all affects it. And again, I don't like racing games, but I like the idea of things going fast. Just speed is cool. Speed is sick. Everyone likes speed. If you're playing a game and you have a character, you're spec'ing all into speed and agility.
Go into Watch Mojo.
And if you're the kind of guy that goes strength with a hammer, you're fucking lame. You're boring. And while you're down there in the comments to tell me I'm wrong, please subscribe and do the usual thing for you. Come on.
Mode, where I will list the top 5 ways of conveying the sense of speed in racing games. Keep in mind that this is mostly.
You know, if you are the kind of guy to wield very slow, boring ass weapons, tell me why it's actually fun. Because I can't get behind it, but maybe I'm perceiving it wrong. You know what? Yes, I am baiting you to write comments. That is right. But at the same time, why wouldn't you? You know, it's not difficult, and we get to have a little discussion.
Based on opinion.
Yes, I read and reply to every comment. Just, you know.
All the rights as a
for now, at least.
History has to disagree with me. Kiss my arm. Let's start with the obvious. FOV.
Yep.
So it is true that the
terrain around you actually makes a huge difference as well. If there's lots of buildings and they're flying by and they're blurry and they're going and there's trees that are going that will blur.
Out of the FOV, the more it seems like you're going fast. Just look at this comparison. It is a little extreme, but still, it proves the point.
Makes a difference,
for example,
for sure.
In Mexican Forza Horizon, I play with the far camera instead of the regular one.
Yeah, it just feels faster.
Yes, it does feel faster.
It's good when it changes, what's it called, dynamically though, because then you feel the actual difference between going slow and fast. You don't want slow to feel fast, you know what I mean?
Motion blur.
Motion blur absolutely makes a huge difference, specifically shit around you. The car doesn't have to be blurry. It's not the kind of motion blur that happens when you whip your camera around. It's the kind where the trees around you, they're all going zoom, zoom, zoom when you're going fast. It's that feeling when you sit in the fucking car and you're looking to the side and everything's going like that, but you can focus on a tree and it's like...
for words here. Actually, let me plug some shit in the meantime. Up top you'll see channel members, and if you too want to support the channel, have your name in my videos, and use my horrible emojis during streams, make sure to press the join button. Also, make sure to join my shitty Discord server, as well as follow my Twitch.
Hey, while he's shouting himself out, guys,
also streaming there soon. And finally,
do the YouTube.
If you're enjoying this, I invite you.
I make other videos. I react to a bunch of shit.
Anyways,
it's all. If you found this one entertaining, I mean, I'm the same person on all of them. You'll find all of them fun to watch, even if it's about something you don't care about. You know what I mean? Yeah, motion blur absolutely makes a difference. I think the trees on the side should be blurry though, to be honest.
Then there's the camera. This is the main problem with racing sims. The camera doesn't fucking move. It's actually not as bad in Gran Turismo as it is, for example, in Assetto Corsa. Like,
there's no way there's a game that has any even more stat. Like the Gran Turismo footage you showed was already plain as shit. There's no way there's one that looks even slower, right?
Game, the camera is nothing but a massive pile of shit. It stays still when you turn. It stays still
oh my god, it's one of those.
Around the car. In third person, you have no idea what the fuck your vehicle is doing. It's so bad that it makes me motion sick. First person is decent, but you know, some people also enjoy looking at the car's arse while driving it. Also, camera shake and the distance of the camera relative to your car should be an option in all racing games. Camera shake may be cringe and shit, but it
makes a huge difference to the feeling of speed. Honestly, it's like if you get motion sickness, by all means turn it off, but I think it enhances the experience. It exists for a reason. You know, in games like Minecraft, when you drink a speed potion, yeah, it becomes excessive as fuck. Or if, you know, you got a beacon next to you. But if the game does it well, it just adds to the experience. And 100% you should think if it should be immersive, which the whole point of a racing game is to be immersed, then by all fucking means, camera shake on.
You feel like you're going fast as fuck. And having the camera lag behind the car when it accelerates.
Yeah, a little bit of a delay, and that also the camera lag behind is literally by like that's what adjustable field of view is.
An incredible sense of.
Not adjustable. I'm sorry. I mean like auto adjusting.
A game franchise that has done this really well is Need for Speed, even though it has kind of sucked at everything else. In particular, Need for Speed Pro Street feels quick.
Yeah, look at that. The way it goes. That's exactly it. And I don't play racing games, again, for the 10 billionth time, but this just feels good. This actually looks fun to look at.
Unhealthy way. I mean, just look at this. I acknowledge the fact that hardcore sim racers hate thrills and that camera shake could make them miss the apex by a few centimeters or some shit.
But it's not about, like, it's a game, like, if you're competing on a pro level, fucking sure. But if you're doing this for yourself, don't you want the game you're playing to be fun? And or are you willing to sacrifice the fun factor just to get a better number, which means nothing in the grand scheme of things? Because, well, why are you grinding for a number that's not even fun to grind for? Well, when you could already be doing something else that's not fun that at least gives you fucking money. I don't know.
But having the option,
you know what I mean? Like it's so weird to me. Like I understand grinding for a number. Like, I mean, I played Dota. There were a couple of years ago I was obsessed with getting my MMR up. It doesn't do anything for me, but I was having fun doing it. So that was that. Like it's not that it was pointless. I was having fun, and I didn't sacrifice fun to gain more MMR. That's just not a thing you do. I mean, learning. I enjoyed the learning process, right? I'd go out, I'd spend my time eating lunch and shit, watching tutorials on how to fucking play better. Didn't get me too far because I kind of stopped when I actually realized I need to live a life outside of gaming, but that's a different story.
Would make it so that everyone gets what they want. Moving on.
To be fair, I'd keep playing Dota for the rest of my fucking life if I could, but you need money, man. It is what it is.
There's sound. This may have been kind of unexpected, but hear me out. Let's say
well, it's not unexpected. I said at the start, didn't I? I called it, guys. Come on, you gotta give me the YouTube thank for calling it at the start.
You get kidnapped.
And this is how it's done.
Shoved in the trunk of a first-gen Mercedes A-Class and blindfolded. Question, how do you tell how fast you're going?
Was by the...
It's probably wind noise.
Exactly, man. Why don't these games have wind noise? I literally said that at the start. I'm the smartest man alive. Ah, la la la.
Or just the feeling of the car rolling up. You wouldn't believe how affected a good and especially loud wind noise would be at making you feel like you're going fast. And on top of that, a good Doppler effect and whooshing sounds for objects.
Like, this is so much better. This is infinitely better than what the Gran Turismo game he showed was.
Speed past. Just augment the feeling of speed. Here, the argument that it would affect the cornering ability of hardcore sim racers is just not existent. So please, can we go from this?
But also, just don't be a hardcore sim racer. If you want a hardcore race, play Trackmania, man. Talking about Trackmania, I reacted to a bunch of... I've done self-plugging for now. This video has been going for like 10 minutes. I've plugged myself like 5 times already.
Perfect. And finally, there's road wideness. The wideness, or rather the tightness of the roads, has in my opinion the strongest effect in making you feel like you're going fast.
Elaborate.
This isn't really addressable in the majority of racing sims, since, well, you're always driving on racetracks, and it's not like the developers can just tighten them. Racetracks are wide by design, so that, you know,
you don't crash. Yeah, of course. Of course.
In this case, you're gonna have to resort to the other methods I've spoken about. Also, if you can think of other methods to convey the sense of speed, please let me know in the comments, because I'm stupid and I probably missed something. But for open world racing games such as Forza Horizon, which to be fair does feel kinda slow, as another YouTuber called Jake MB said in his video regarding the subject, this could really bring them to the next level. I'm aware of the fact that having completely faithful road dimensions would be shit for playability, but come on, do highway lanes really need to be that fucking wide?
This just feels boring. Like,
this is
absolutely.
why GTA 5 feels fucking quick, even though the fastest cars can barely reach 200 kilometers per hour. And it's not like you can't race in that game. So I can confidently say that something in between real life road dimension.
This would be such a sick road to cycle down. Holy shit, I wish I had a couple of roads like that in my fucking country, or at least this city. That would be so sick. Oh, just imagine going down one of those, and there's not that many cars. Oh my god, man. Oh, that's sad. And even like climbing, right? Like, you know, you'd say, like, well, fuck, what about going up the mountain? You're like cycling up the mountain to go down the road. That's my favorite fucking part. I like getting myself tired.
And the current Forza Horizon Wide Boys would be the best of both worlds.
Also, what is this?
But why? Why care so much about the sense of speed?
No, never mind.
Is it just so that 12-year-old MuYe doesn't fall asleep while playing Gran Turismo 6? Well,
no, it's because you're playing a sim, and the whole point of a sim is to immerse you in the experience and feel like a simulation of the real thing, right? To make you have fun and like that's literally the whole point of the sim. So if it doesn't achieve it, then that is a major complaint you can have with the game, and is sacrificing those features for. And like you can say, oh, but it's fucking unfair if you could toggle this thing on and off. Well, then make it non-toggleable. Make everyone have to experience the shake. Then nobody gets the disadvantage because everyone's shaking equally. You know what I'm saying?
Actually,
make that shit fucking consistent with the physics engine so that at specific parts everyone shakes at the same point. Fuck, I don't know. To make sure that nobody complains about, oh, I got bad shake RNG and I couldn't see that pixel on my screen at the exact moment I needed to. You know what I mean?
Yes, but not entirely. Right now, I am in the process of getting a driver's license. And every time I get behind the wheel, it feels kind of scary, even if I'm just going at 30 kilometers per hour. That's because of the intrinsic risks of driving. Anything could go wrong.
Yeah.
This may sound slightly pessimistic, and it is, but it's actually kind of good to be a little afraid of something. It makes your heart beat faster, it releases them good brain chemicals,
Absolutely, I mean, just avoiding negative emotions in general is bad. I mean, if you want to know more about that, fucking Dr. K has made 100 videos on it. Just look up Healthy Gamer GG. That channel. I don't know why I'm plugging a random ass channel, but hey, I've watched him like a few times. Love his content.
Fun is good, but kind of scary fun is even better.
Just exactly. As long as it's not dangerous, like not lethal.
As an example, the sketchier and faster they are, the more fun you have. Until you wake up in an emergency room. You don't really have this feeling while playing most racing games. Like, what's the worst that could happen to you? Another good thing about having a solid sense of speed is knowing your car's limits.
That's actually this one's actually pretty good.
This is also linked to realism. If drivers knew nothing would happen to them if they yoinked their car into a wall, we'd have some seriously impressive lap time records. This is why BeamNG Drive, which is an open world sandbox game, actually terrifies you when you're going above 200 kilometers per hour. When you're really immersed in the driving, the mere knowledge that you could potentially end up wrapped around that tree makes you feel things that most other racing games just can't.
Yeah.
This is also why GTA 5...
That's why horror games are a thing, right? Because if the horror game does a good enough job convincing you that you're the character and you're not playing the character, you are the character, then suddenly whenever there's some creepy thing behind you, instead of taking a step back on the line, like, oh, my character is gonna die, you're like, oh fuck, I am gonna die. I watched that in another Naked JK video. I am ripping off ideas from other YouTubers, I just realized completely. That was not an original thought I had. I did not come up with that thought. That was literally a thought I stole from Naked JK. Oh my god. My fault, sir. I hope he doesn't see this.
Despite its slow-ass cars, feels a lot more engaging than proper racing simulators. And that's not considering the fact that you can also yeet pedestrians. Anyways, sorry for the various tangents. I just want racing games to scare the shit out of me. Anyone else?
Yes, absolutely. I mean, okay. So I didn't check this guy's channel size. This video, it just felt like it's from a relatively small channel. Let's have a look. No, huge. This guy's huge. I love this. I love the edit. I love the style of these videos where it feels like you're just watching a dude. It's not. It doesn't feel corporate, if you know what I mean. Like as I said, the editing of a small channel, but the pacing and storytelling, if you can call it storytelling in this exact video, of like a guy that knows what he's talking about. This is great content, and I mean, fuck, videos got 10 million views, 11. Give it one more, why don't you? Just first link in the description is the link to his channel. And while you're down there, do me the YouTube thing, you know what I'm saying? Anyone? Come on, please. All right. That's gonna be like a 5th self-plug in a day, so I'm done. 2 videos right here. Don't want to watch them, whatever. Click on another one. See ya, boys.